Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Yes, I know we've got another seven-star robbery activation coming up. It seems like every couple of weeks there is one, and actually that is almost the case, at least so far this year. We've had a lot of opportunities to activate this very, very special Feng Shui constellation. This is not possible every year, but when it happens, when we have the flying stars and just generally the daily stars aligned in such a way that the seven-star robbery formation can be activated, we need to take advantage of it because this ushers in long-term prosperity. Yeah, basically what it means, we rob opportunities and abundance from the future to help us now in the present. So the seven-star robbery activation works best if you can actually do all of them rather than just one every now and then. But if you follow all of these videos and if you have the opportunity to activate every single one of these upcoming dates, then you really make the most of the year. Now, the seven-star robbery formation ushers in abundance, and abundance means different things to different people. For some people, it's just financial abundance. For other people, it's an abundance of friendship, relationships, health, well-being. Whatever abundance means to you, that's entirely up to you. And that is something that the seven-star robbery formation can usher in, right? So this is not just focusing on finances and money. It really depends on your personal perception of what abundance is. Now, the day we need to mark here is the 9th of July, and we need to activate this at 11:19 a.m. in the morning. So this time around, there's only one timing. I know the last few times we actually had several different options, but on this date, there's only one option, 11:19 a.m. Now, you don't need to convert this into any other time zone. This is your local time wherever you are. The 9th of July at 11:19 a.m. And you can do this at home or at the office. If you're doing this at the office, if you're a business owner, then obviously this pertains more to financial abundance, right? If you're doing it at home, the term abundance is subjective. Yeah, whatever abundance means to you. So if you have the opportunity to do this both at home and at the office, I mean, obviously you need someone else to help you with that because you can't be at the same time or in the same place at the same time. You can do that, of course. Yeah, both are okay, but probably it works best at home. Now, 9th of July at 11:19 a.m. Now, this is a bit more of a complex activation. For those of you who have followed the last few seven-star robbery activations, you already know the drill. But in case you're new to this, what you need to do, first of all, you need to identify three sectors in your space: the south, the east, and the northwest. So this is very easily done. You stand in the center of your space and you use a compass. The one that you have on your phone works fine. You don't need a feng shui compass for this. And you identify the south, the east, and the northwest. Now, it doesn't matter what is actually in those spaces. Yeah, one of these spaces may be your bathroom. That doesn't matter at all. It doesn't diminish the effect of the formation because Qi, the energy that we're using, is not concerned with how you use the space. Qi is only concerned with whether the space is actually present or not. And so therefore, it's important that you actually have all of these sectors present and not missing. Now, if you have an irregular floor plan and the south is not present, the south is just not there, there's a cut out corner, you cannot do this activation. The south is critical, you must have it. If either the east or the northwest are not present, you can still do it, but the effect is reduced. If you only have the south, but both the east and the northwest are missing, or there's like cut out corners or whatever, like the sectors are just not quite present, then also it won't work. Ideally, you have all three sectors present. And you need to activate this inside your home. Yeah. So if you have a balcony outside one of these areas, the activation needs to happen inside, not outside, right? And balconies do not count as sectors, yeah, only the internal space. So make sure you have the south, the east, and the northwest all present in your floor plan, then it's most effective. Now, what do you actually do? So on that date, so on the 9th of July at 11:19 a.m., in the south, you must install a water feature. Yeah, that's a must. And this water feature needs to be fairly large. So I would say a minimum of 30 to 40 liters of water, 30 to 40, yeah, 30 to 40 liters of water. Do not try to use one of these table fountains. They look very nice, but they're completely ineffective from a feng shui perspective because there's simply not enough water in those nice little gadgets. They do nothing. So you must have a large water feature. Now, it doesn't have to look pretty. Yeah. So you can just get a big bucket, a large bucket, even like a rubbish bucket, a rubbish bin is fine. The color doesn't matter. The material doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's on the floor or maybe a little bit elevated. What matters is that it's open at the top. It must be open at the top. And that you create some sort of fountain effect. So this is fairly easily done. You just get a water pump in an aquarium shop. And then you can create this fountain effect in two different ways. Either you put, for example, 2 or 3 bricks into the bucket and elevate the pump so the spout is very close to the surface and so the water is bubbling up. Or you do what I do. I've just attached a PVC pipe to the spout of the water pump, and that also creates a fountain effect. You must have a fountain effect because we need aggressive water. If it's just slowly circulating, this will not work, right? So this is a must have, and it must be in the south. Cannot be in the east or the northwest, must be in the south. Now, in the other two sectors, the east and the northwest, check whether you have windows in the east and or in the northwest. If you have windows in the east and the northwest, just open the windows. And if there are connecting doors to the center of your home, just leave those doors open throughout the day. So have the water in the south and then open the windows in the east and the northwest. You don't even have to open them wide. Just, keep them ajar. That's already fine. Now, if you don't have windows in the east and in the northwest, then you can also put a standing fan into these areas or just any type of fan and make sure that it blows towards the center. So if you have a fan here, maybe a standing fan, and you make sure that the fan is on and it blows towards the center. Yeah, here as well. Sorry, my drawing is terrible, but you get the drift, right? So it has to just blow towards the center. And if there's a door that could obstruct the airflow, just leave the door open for the duration, right? So either windows open or a fan. So maybe in the east you have a window, so open that window. And in the northwest you don't have a window, you just use a fan. Now, if in the south you also have a window, then you can also open the window in the south, but the water must be there. Yeah, the open window in the south will not replace the need for the water activation, right? So this is critically important. So doing this, once you've put all of this in place, you also make sure that the windows in all other areas are closed. Yeah, so really what you want is just the south, the east, and the northwest being activated. Everything else, you close the windows and you turn off the fans in all other areas. And then you leave this in place for a minimum of 2 hours, maximum until the end of the day. Yeah, that's why it doesn't matter whether the water feature looks pretty or not. Even if it's just a rubbish bin, it doesn't matter because you only leave that in place for minimum 2 hours, maximum till the end of the day. So by latest 11:59 p.m. on that day, you need to remove that entire setup. You can remove it after 2 hours. It's plenty of activation already happening, right? But latest just before the day changes, remove all the activators and then this activation is done. So it's just sort of like a spot activation. And then as always, you need to follow up with action or activity. So once you've done activation from a feng shui perspective, follow it up with activity. And the activity needs to pertain to your perception of abundance. If you want to invite an abundance of friendship, for example, or positive relationships, then start reaching out to people you haven't spoken to in a long time. Maybe set up lunch dates, dinner dates, whatever, or just, maybe even organize a client appreciation event, for example. If your perception of abundance has more to do with finances, then you do something that can increase your cash flow, for example, especially if you're a business owner. So you actually have to follow it up with action and take the first steps within 48 hours from completing this Feng Shui activation. All right. So I hope you have really, really good results with this. Please let me know how it works. Put it in the comment section below and let me know what your experience was with this activation. And if you would like to have a Feng Shui audit with me personally, please get in touch. My email address is in the description to the video. And in the meantime, as always, please give this a big thumbs up, share it with anybody who may be interested, and please subscribe to my channel. I post 3 times a week and hopefully always with information that is actionable and interesting and helps you right away to improve one or maybe even 2 aspects of your life. All right, see you guys soon. Take care.